I had sweet corn last night.
Hopefully it was good.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, I saw this little one here. I don't know how this guy was
No,
there.
that was probably just attached to one of the sides.
I think you're just trying to mess with me. Look at this little thing you gave me.
That's like one of those ones you get at a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, right.
It's, yeah.
I'm like, what is this?
In a stir fry.
Oh,
so you gotta just give that to Lisa and say, hey, this is you're
look it up on Google. What do we do
Asian
with this?
cuisine tonight? That'd be perfect.
Welcome back to another episode of Small Town Grit. I'm your host, Corey Haubs, and I have Nate Andrus with me from Andrus Family Farm and Produce Stand. Right?
Yes. How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Good.
Man, look at all this great stuff.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Stuff's coming fast. Stuff is looking good. It's been quite a season.
It's been perfect with the rainfall this year, hasn't it, for the most part?
Rain was a little tough in the middle there. It was too hot.
Yeah.
Then we got a little too much rain. You can see it out in the field. You
Yeah.
go wander around out there with me.
It's
You'll
still
see
a little
it.
wet.
No, you can see where it was hurt.
Oh.
You can see where stuff
the
got
other way
hurt.
around.
But no, some of this stuff is just going unreal.
So how'd you get into the produce? How'd you get into this business? Was it your dad, Wes, or?
I mean, I always loved playing in the dirt. Mm-hmm. When I was little, you'd get that Guernsey catalog in the mail, and you'd thumb through it. Ooh, I want to plant strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I want to do this. So we were always playing with it when we were little, or when I was little, and it kind of got to that point where it was like, let's see what this will do. So you start with pumpkins, you start with squash, and then and it's been a labor of love. I mean, it's taken a long time to get where we're at today. Sometimes it yields great. Sometimes it's a train wreck. It's just what it is. But I've got a wonderful group of people that come to the stand and buy stuff every day. It's just amazing how many people pull in and out of the parking lot every day and support a self-serve stand and for the most part treat it properly. It's taken off. I mean, it's taken a lot of years. I mean, I think 2006 I kind of started to dabble in the whole stand thing and really kind of took off with it, I think, at about 13. And now these last 10 years have been chaos.
Mm-hmm. Thank you to our sponsors. IRD Homes, Mid-Michigan's top contractor, bringing new builds and renovations to life. Timber Oaks. Timber Oaks offers customized lawn and landscape solutions and is a premier Mid-Michigan lawn care company. Link Excavation, your Mid-Michigan excavating experts serving Bay, Tuscola, Saginaw, Huron, and Genesee counties.
Yeah.
So how many acres do you
Well, we got
plant every year or try to?
It's kind of a moving target.
Yeah.
It's kind of a moving target. It's all over the place. I mean 11 to 15 acres you can stick a lot of stuff in one spot.
Yeah.
You really can. Everybody kind of says, well, that must be a lot of acreage, but no, you can get a lot of tomatoes, and you can get 10,000 tomatoes in a really little spot if you do it right. So same thing with peppers. As long as you lay everything out or progress everything where you go, okay, I'm going to follow this. Garlic's done. I'm going to put zucchini in and just kind of keep going, make the circle go around and try to keep up.
Yeah. So this is, I think you got a very unique situation here. You have a delivery service that it's a weekly delivery service. We take part of it. Yes. I think it's our second, maybe third year in it. Yep. And everything you see here, this is our weekly haul here, and we use every single bit of it for 7 days until next Tuesday. So how'd you come across the whole concept of kind of the bundle produce?
It's basically a CSA. There's a lot of different ones of them around. Maybe not so much in this area, but kind of it's the basic concept of community supported out agriculture where someone like getting your share. Kind of pre-COVID, it was building, and COVID nobody wanted to go outside, and I dropped this at their front door. Yeah. Or take it to their business, and that went really good. Now everybody's busy again. Yeah. So or they're going on vacation, and so it's down a little bit, but the stand's doing great, so it all kind of equals out.
Like, do you have to educate people on what this is? Because I didn't know what it was either. I'm like, you're like, oh, I got this weekly delivery thing. I'm like, I don't even know what half the stuff is.
That's why I give you a checklist.
Yeah, the checklist. So the first year, just so people know, I got everything, and I'm like, I don't even know what half this stuff is.
You don't know what a tomatillo is.
No, I'm sending Nate pictures. I'm like, dude, I don't know what this is. So like, is it safe to eat? And I'm like, I didn't know. But the next year, you're like, hey, I got this checklist,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right. So I just check the things that I know, and
That's-
I don't want to waste food either. So
Well, that's why we draw a line on our hot peppers,
yeah.
because some people may not know what that pepper is. So I stay habanero and below.
Yeah.
Anything habanero heat and above. No, that's
So
special.
last week we got some peppers, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna eat some peppers, and I'm like, so I got into one. I'm like, holy moly! And I'm like on the bottom. I was like, that was a bad idea.
Well, when it's hot and dry like this, that just brings it out.
Yeah.
It brings that heat
out. Yeah, it was there. Let me tell you.
We go all the way up to Reapers. So we got the habaneros and scorpions and Armageddons and ghosts and Reapers. And I got one guy that buys a lot of them, if not most of them. His clientele must not have taste buds. There's no way. There's no way they have taste buds, because I mean, the days of eating a habanero for fun are long gone for me. That's not happening anymore. We used to make some chili that was just, you'd cry. You'd sit there and cry.
Yeah.
No. My tolerance for peppers is jalapeno, and that's right where I want to be.
So one thing from our conversations, that you tend to keep it local, employ a lot of teenage, high school kids.
Yeah, I try to teach some kids how to work. I mean, I like having the high school kids work. Especially this year, they've been fantastic. It gives them something to learn.
Yeah.
They learn this is a hard job. I mean, you're bending over, you're on your knees, this is not for the older. Yeah, I mean, not to say somebody older can't do it, but somebody that's younger is making it look a lot easier.
You get a couple of your friends with you, and you're picking, and you're sharing stories and throwing tomatoes at each other. I'm sure it's all right, right?
It happens. It's not supposed to happen, but you hear about it happening.
Right.
So sooner or later, somebody gets hit with a cucumber in the head, and it's not good. That has happened before.
Yeah.
I know it's happened before because you hear about it.
Yeah.
You hear about it not right away.
Yeah.
They all get around in a
So
circle.
obviously, I can't imagine this all comes from your field, your farm.
The majority of it.
We kind of do some sharing.
Yeah, we source what we got to source. I'm working on peaches. I'm working on some peach trees in the back at the farm, but we source the peaches. Hopefully, we can establish that someday. But yeah, I mean, we will source. We trade with other people.
Yeah.
I mean, I grow a bunch of garlic for another guy. It's just what we do. It works out good.
That's good. You have a little community.
We've all got things that we excel at.
Yeah.
I excel growing peppers. I excel growing tomatoes. Most everybody can do sweet corn. Some of it, I don't have the right dirt to grow some stuff. I'll never give you celery because I can't grow it. I just can't. So yeah, we work together. The produce community is a special kind of community. We kind of all try to help each other out if we can, but sometimes you can't.
Yeah, one thing I don't have here, I also get eggs, weekly thing of eggs.
Oh yeah, they're
left
someplace, but yeah. So you get your quail eggs, whether or not some people want quail eggs or not, they get them. But I hope they use them. I mean, they're fantastic. They taste really good. They're just small, and occasionally you get a turkey.
Good things come in small packages. Is that what you're saying?
You're more of a just straight chicken or a straight duck, but yeah, like occasionally they'll get a turkey egg in there, so a couple turkey eggs in there, some duck eggs. Ducks don't like to lay when it's hot out. They shut her down. They say we're on vacation. So get a little light on duck eggs this time of the year, but it's what it is. I mean, there's a cycle. Kind of like this stuff. Everything's got a cycle.
Yeah. How much longer is sweet corn going to last?
The last batch of sweet corn hasn't even tasseled yet, and that was my biggest batch. So 5 weeks at least.
Oh, wow. I had sweet corn last night.
So we'll have, hopefully it was good.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, I saw this little one here. I don't know how this got.
No, that was probably just attached to one of the sides.
I think you're just trying to mess with me. Look at this little thing you gave me.
That's like one of those ones you get at a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, right.
I'm
like, what is this?
In a stir fry. So you gotta just give that to Lisa and say, hey, this is. You're
look it up on Google. What do we do with this?
Cuisine tonight? That'd be perfect.
Yeah, I was telling you, we get a lot of stuff and we're like, what do we do with it? And you get sick of eating the same thing the same way, and it's like, what do we do before Google?
How did we drive around before Google?
True. I mean, I don't even know.
I mean, because that's how I got here.
True, but you went to the wrong.
Actually, I went to the wrong place first.
That's a poor excuse. You went to the wrong place.
I mean, most of the stuff is comes together pretty easy. And
Yeah, we kind of meal
right
plan.
away,
Like we know what we have. So, we might have corn and burgers one night. We might have potatoes and chicken, or we kind of plan our meals around our package.
And
here.
some of this stuff holds up better than other. I mean, that onion's going to last you for a long time. That squash will last you for a long time. So you're not committed to it. But I mean, I know how you like Roma tomatoes. So the Roma tomatoes are. I mean, some of this stuff's a must smell and doesn't last long. Unfortunately, they got a timetable on them. You got to get to that. You're okay. Well, I'm eating this tonight.
Yeah.
But some of it you got time. You're not just forced to eat it.
So let's talk about a little bit of home life. So you got to balance that whole thing. So you have a beautiful wife. How many years?
Yes, a beautiful, loving, caring, yes, very tolerant wife who lets me do this. It's a struggle to try. I mean, I get immersed in this so deeply. I see I'm missing something on the stand. I got to get it up there. I got to go up and pick this. I mean, I've tried to push myself away from that a little bit and say, okay, it's okay if that's not up there. But this time of the year, she's kind of a single mom. I'm doing my best to try to make money. I mean, it's
you got a short window.
It's a short window. It is a very short window, and sometimes it's high and by. I mean, I make her some coffee in the morning, get the coffee maker going, and coffee's not for me. I'm a hot chocolate guy, so this time of the year that don't work. But we've learned how to balance that. A buddy of mine in the produce business calls me up one day and he says, I got a good deal on some flowers. Okay, well, he says, I'm asking your advice. What should I do with them? Well, I said, I could use a box. I'm in a box. Roses. I kind of went through all the things. We was selling them at his store and was doing other things. I said, well, I'll take a box. Not really realizing that there was 7.5 dozen. Which I thought that was awesome. So I said, here. I come home with his box. I didn't even open it up. I said, here you go. What's this? There's 7.5 dozen roses in there. Here you go. So you got to do stuff like that once in a while. So that's the get out of doghouse card. But yeah, I mean, you got to do stuff like that. Yeah, like bring her home flowers. We got a nice flower row out in the garden. I don't visit it enough, but because really we should have them on the stand. But that's kind of for my girls.
Yeah. How old are the girls now?
Elise is 12. Claire is 10. Kate is 6. They're all going to have birthdays here pretty soon. And Lily is 3. So Lily is
12 to 3.
Lily is Lily.
Yeah.
Lily's fun.
I think it's cute. I've been out the farm a few times, and it's just kind of like a little train of these little girls following dad, or chasing cats.
Or they're chasing cats.
Yeah.
They got to have cats to play with when they're at the farm. So, but that makes them happy.
Yeah.
So Lily's, I'm going to farm day. I'm going to go play with cats. I'm going to eat pancakes with Grandpa, and I'm going to play with cats because she's got to have pancakes in the morning.
Yeah, that's probably good memories because your mom and dad live on the farm right there where everything's
they
at.
have the house. I've got the dirt around it. But, my dad's a huge support. He'll complain a lot about it, but he enjoys every minute, I think. Sometimes I think that he just wants to complain so that he's heard.
Yeah, that's all right, too.
Voice the opinion, but he's a huge help. He was sorting tomatoes all day, trying to get some canning tomatoes out, and he was running back and forth with me to get, farmers just don't give it up. Yeah. There's no retirement. It's you're out playing in dirt every day. You can't just walk away from it.
I mean, you don't need like high tech equipment to do this, right?
No,
I mean, at the end of the day.
I'm pretty low tech. But I got neighbors that will come down and do something if I need it. You hire out some field work for working dirt, or because I got the cash crop stuff too. I got field corn and soybeans out there. But this part, I mean, I got a plastic layer, and as long as the dirt's worked up, I can make it work. I can make it work with an old C tractor. I can get this done. Yeah. So yes, do I need an upgrade? Yeah. My dad loves them old tractors. I'd like something with a little fresher paint on it, because that would be nice. Right. But yeah,
it's all part of the grind, though, too, right?
It is part of the grind. You make stuff work.
I mean, you know what a new tractor costs, and it's like that just kind of
anything.
You got a family to feed and everything.
That's this stuff. But yeah, you just kind of grind it out, because I mean, if this stuff kind of equalizes, come back down, and you keep your customers happy. You then hopefully they keep coming back. But yeah, you just grind it out. Something breaks, you got to fix
Yeah.
it. It doesn't matter. Something isn't going right. You got to figure it out. You got to get a little dirty today. Let's get this thing done. Yeah. It's grinding. Farming's a grind. This kind of farming is a definite grind because you
gotta be like the root procs and get the drone action and have everything drone spray. Go pick up tomatoes, bring them to the stand.
That would be nice. That would be
you
nice.
You could just sit in your living room and do.
It's not that easy.
No, I don't think it would be.
Because I don't know how you'd pick up a tomato without bruising it, without making that work. Yeah, it's a labor of love. It would be nice to get pretty high tech with this stuff, and I think there's you keep learning. You keep learning what you can. Like I say, all my stuff's on plastic, so I don't have to. I mean, it's on plastic. You punch that hole, you put the plant in it. You really don't have weeds, so you don't have to worry about spraying it with anything, and you just go. And this time of the year, you take a lawnmower in between the rows, and you that's what it is.
Yeah,
you got to do what you got to do, and of course the tomatoes, when they're starting to die out, that weed is your friend because that sun's hot, and that weed's giving you a little bit of shade. At least the way I farm, because we don't really stake a whole lot up. We just let them go, and it works out. I mean, we all got our own. Some people would say, "Well, that's not the way to do it." Well, it's too bad. Maybe I don't agree with how you do stuff, but it works for me.
It's like any business. Whatever works for you.
Whatever works out, and it's.
So do you have a favorite crop that you like to plant, harvest, like the challenge? Is it the peppers? Sounds like you. Yeah.
I love playing with peppers.
Yeah.
I love growing peppers. The hot peppers are fun. Hot peppers are fun to grow. They just go crazy. If I could get away with just growing tomatoes and peppers, yeah, absolutely. But I have no self-control, so I throw the okras
5 acres
out
of peppers.
There.
No,
I didn't put basil in here today because I think everybody's getting sick of basil. I failed at basil last year. I didn't have enough of it, so what did I do? I got carried away.
Yeah.
So now everybody's saying I don't want basil anymore. But you try to bounce.
Where's everybody find your stand at?
The stand is in it's in the center of Reese, Faith Community Church parking lot. Yeah, it's self-serve, and I've fully stocked as much as I can keep it fully stocked. Yeah. I got a great customer base. They're in and out of there all the time, and it's convenient. You don't have to walk a long ways to get in the store. You pull right up to it, and
especially there's no grocery store in
there's
town, right?
I that's why with the peaches and stuff, I do my best to try to get as much as I can up there so everybody's got what they're looking for. The stand gets policed by itself pretty well. My customers are pretty good. My customers are pretty good. We keep an eye on it pretty good. There's a couple people we're watching pretty closely right now, but you're always going to have that. There's a couple neighbors that keep an eye on it. It's amazing how, I mean, when you get a bad day, you're not having a real good day, you know how things go, and dragging you along, and somebody complains about, oh, this tomato's not firm. Well, okay. But then the next person comes up and says, oh, green beans, and is excited. It's like, oh, this is what I'm doing this for.
Right. Delivery program. How's somebody get set up for next year? What's your cutoff day? I mean,
it's really never too late as long as we got time in the cycle. But next year, I mean, I'll put it out sometime probably in February. It's nice to know by mid-May. I mean, most people don't sign up till mid-May. I'm really trying to gear more towards businesses too. I mean, because if I can make a multiple drop, that makes more sense as a delivery service than making a bunch of them. But yeah, I mean, I still go to people's houses. It's really nice. We work through Covenant next year through a concierge service, and that works out great. That's fantastic. Like I tell them, we'll sign you up to the last week. I mean, just so you can see what it's like. You don't get this the last week. You're going to get a lot of this squash.
Oh, definitely. It's all season. Like
it's all seasonal.
I was telling Jess, I said, this isn't like this every time. It depends on what's coming through the season. Some weeks are kind of scarce and some weeks are almost too much.
Like right now there's no zucchini because I don't have any zucchini. It's just what it is. Now that we're in peppers, they're not going to stop till it freezes. But when we stop at the end of September, you don't know when that freeze is coming. So I would kind of stop in the end of September. I'd like to go. I mean, we used to go a week or two into October, but then it was a struggle. It was a struggle. I mean, like you're grinding that out.
Yeah.
You're grinding. Oh my goodness, what are we going to put in this thing today? There is only so much stuff left out here, and that gets kind of tough. And then you're trying to source enough to make a basket look good, and then it's like, well, yeah, that end of September end point works out good. I never had a deer problem. And all of a sudden, there's a deer that just...
A deer? I was going to say, I've never seen a deer in Reese. But
we don't have deer in Reese.
But they do it.
All of a sudden here...
Andrus Farms.
All of a sudden here, there's a deer that has a serious taste for lettuce and red beets and sunflowers. So that has made that... you didn't get as much lettuce this year because I can tell you why. There's a doe and a fawn out there that just were having fun. I got this four-legged critter out there that needs to find a home in a freezer here this fall. That is driving me crazy. And
I'm sure you have other animals that give you...
Oh, woodchucks are terrible. Woodchucks aren't good. They kind of wiped out that's my problem. I failed at kale this year, but I can tell you why, because that woodchuck kept walking down that row every day until we finally eliminated that problem. But they just animals. I mean, they got their place.
Yeah.
But they can drive you nuts. Raccoons in a patch of sweet corn.
I was wanting a pet raccoon. Like they got their little fingers.
They are trash pandas for a reason. They are absolute trash pandas.
But they got those little fingers though, Nate.
I don't care what kind of fingers they have. You come out and pick sweet corn with me one morning, and you tell me what kind of damage you walk into a sweet corn patch, and it's beautiful.
I got a raccoon that's been in my trash all summer. So
you walk in and you test a patch of sweet corn out, and you know it's just about ready. And there's about 3 days away from picking, and that raccoon goes in, and he's sampled like they don't just eat one. They go rip, kind of like they open it up and say, "Oh, I don't like that one." They go to the next one and open up. Oh, I don't really like that one. Ooh, this one's good, and they pull that one off, and then they'll go and they'll destroy dozens in a night, just dozens.
The little fingers.
I don't care. I think
they're the coolest little thing.
Put sweet corn in your backyard.
Yeah. That's one thing. We've lived in our house for 20 years, and I appreciate what you do here because I don't have this talent. I don't have the patience for it, and so I really appreciate you and your entrepreneurship in this market because it's unlike. There's only a few other places around here that I know.
It's a lot of work
because you're kind of like us. I mean, you probably have about 30 weeks of income revenue, maybe not even that by the time you get your grow in.
Yes, because it's
probably maybe 20 to 25.
And then you get through deer feed and then okay, now I got time to do a little bit of hunting, and then you go do a winter job and you come right back to it again. Yeah, it's that's the nice thing about the CSAs or the deliveries like this that's upfront money. That's your seed money for paying your help, for paying your bills, just putting gas in the tank because
it's all cash flow. Like I was just like, how do you get your money to get your seed money?
This is kind of a lot to do with that. Is it gets everything flowing,
right?
Gets you moving.
It's a lot of money out. Right off the get-go,
a lot of money
hopes
out.
And promises of
there's a lot of money out, a lot of money in, but then there's a lot of money back out again.
Yeah,
I don't even get my wife started on that one. She's the one that writes the checks. She's like, what are you making here?
Memories, babe. I'm making memories.
I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun.
Just think of all the cats we got in the barn, babe. We should talk about our softball days.
We should, yeah.
The glory days.
The glory days.
Yeah,
we got some glory days. Yes.
Yeah. We all got to give credit to Don.
We got to give credit to Don. He was quite a guy.
Yeah.
Quite a guy. He had quite a. Yeah, we had a lot of guys go through this Reese and Vassar area that played fast pitch softball. Glory days. You get done with high school and there's nothing.
Yeah, you got to fill that void,
there's
right?
There's nothing, and I'm not a golf guy because you got to. Nobody throws the ball back. I got to chase that little thing.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
you probably had dogs growing up then.
What's that?
You probably had dogs growing up because the dog always brought the ball back to you.
You got to do that. Yeah. No, you put your brother on the other end of the field and you hit the ball at him, and then he hits it back.
Yeah. No, Daryl, he was a good ball player.
Daryl was a fantastic ball player. Nobody had an arm like his.
So I didn't know you were looking at some things that I have from Don.
Yes.
And I didn't know you guys went runner-up in Class E States.
Class E States. That was a long time ago.
2023?
That was 03.
Or 03?
That was 03.
Were you with Mike's when we went to States? Because we got third that year.
That would have been a Richville team for that one. I want to say. I don't know. That's been a long time. Man. We played on a lot of different teams.
That's 20 years ago.
That's 20 years ago. I know it. Yeah, because that Don got me going, and it was fun for a long time, and then it got kind of. I never thought I would be that guy. That you give all these guys that got to 35, 40, and they'd said, I can't do it anymore. No, this hurts. This hurts in the morning. Yeah. It hurts after the game.
So you said, I'm going to go out in the field because my body's not going to hurt out in the field.
Yeah. Well,
at a farm field, not baseball field. Let's just clarify that.
You get all this stuff going, and when you're doing your own business, and you can't get hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I talked to a Mason contractor one time, and he played ball. He's like, I played a couple times, and I slid, and I got hurt, and I missed 3 days of work. And I said, I'm never playing that sport again because I can't miss 3 days of work.
It was fun. It was fun. I mean, I coached my oldest, Elisa's 12U softball this summer, which, you got to make time. As busy as this is, you got to make time to do that. And they won the Reese tournament championship. It was something. I mean, watching them girls progress is really something. That's a big difference from what we were doing and a bunch of guys that you just get together and let's try to win this thing today.
Yeah.
Some days it was like coaching a bunch of 12-year-old girls because you had to make a phone. You had to call this guy to make sure he was showing up, and you had to call this and make sure this was. Yeah.
Well, Nate, thanks for coming in and sharing your story with us.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing fun. Little entrepreneur business you have here.
Yeah.
In small village of Reese, and wish you the best.
Thank you.
And we enjoy your services, so we'll get that information out to everybody, and encourage everybody to take opportunity of your local produce stand, whether it's Nate's or want to buy you.
Oh yeah, there's lots of great produce stands all over in your area. Just find one and use it. Because we're working hard. I mean, be it not if it's not me, if you're in another town, there's guys working hard, guys and men and women trying to make a living, trying to make a living doing this, that are investing a lot of time and blood, sweat, and tears into this. That spend your money local, because I mean, this is a lot fresher than you're going to get at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. It's been picked a day or two old. It's not been shipped on a
chemicals sprayed on it or anything.
Chemicals, we don't. I try to avoid as much as we can. It's organic spray. I got bees. I don't want to kill my bees. Mm-hmm. I want to keep them happy and healthy, and I want some honey at the end of the season. So we don't want to mess that up either.
Right.
So I know we could sit here and talk probably for the next 5 hours, but yeah.